Oke, ini dia. Mari kita sambut untuk kategori putri nomor 11 SMA Adanya. Oke.
Shalom. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Namo Buddhaya. Salam kebajikan. Wah wah wah. The Honorable Mr. Tom Herbert Mole, SOS MSE as the leader of Rri Wamena. The Honorable all juries. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for chance that given to me. My name is Rri Wamena. I am representative from SMA PGRI Wamena. First of all, let us say our praise and grateful to our God Jesus Christ, due to His grace and blessings upon us, so that on this good time and occasion, we can be gathered in this place in good health. Ladies and gentlemen, 94 years ago, the Indonesian youth pledge declared for one motherland, one nation, and one language. If you look back to the hard time of the struggle in fighting for the Indonesian independence of this country, Indonesian young men had so many enthusiasm to fight for the Indonesian independence. They didn't hesitate to do anything in their power for their country. And we as the legacy must continue their fight, because their fight didn't stop when the independence was already in our hands. There are so many things to do for our country, for it to grow and to be prosperous. So, what can we do? Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the reality now, thousands of young men have wasted their lives because of illicit drugs in our country. They were mostly victims of a cruel environment, a broken home family, of ignorance, of curiosity, or particularly of the illegal drugs mafia. It is estimated that around 1 million people in Indonesia illicit drugs users. A study by the International Labour Organization office in Indonesia showed that around 4% illicit drugs users. The country are children under 17 years old. Chairman of the National Narcotic Coordinating Board said that the country's illicit drugs users, including around 10,000 senior high school students, over 7,000 junior high school students, and about 800 elementary school students. Drugs users among students are particularly worrying. Ladies and gentlemen, and all of my friends, how about our Gen Z? Are there young men illicit drugs users? We know that illicit drugs don't just affect your physical body and health. They can affect your mental health, your finances, your relationship, your social life, and your criminal record. So, let's say no to illicit drugs. Ladies and gentlemen, youth is a figure that always brings alteration. We should be able to become a relevant generation and proud of. We should be able to be agent of the reformer of our environment. Youth is a time full of passion. Let us act in a positive direction. We make ourselves into an example of goodness that is able to transmit the passion to our friends. So for the last, I want to invite all of Indonesia youth together to build a better Indonesia for the future. Let me show the world if Indonesian youth Indonesian youth is better and better again. Be proud and dream high. Those are a little piece of mind on how to continue the legacy of the Indonesian youth who had bravely declared and declared for one motherland, one nation, and one language. Thank you for your attention. Wah, wah, wah.
Berikan tepuk tangan yang paling meriah.
Berikan tepuk tangan dulu. Mana tepuk tangannya?
Lagi. Sekarang suaranya mana? SMA Kristen mana suaranya? Keras dong.
Oke. Yang sudah kita sambut undian ke-11 SMA Kristen Wamena.
Penonton dan dewan juri, ini dia kita sambut dengan nomor undian 11 kategori putri dari SMA Kristen. Mana suaranya SMA Kristen?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, and salam kebajikan. Good afternoon everyone, the honorable judges and all my dear friends. First of all, I want to thank God because of His blessing we can gather here. Ladies and gentlemen, 28th of October 1928 is important the winning people, male and female, of Indonesia declaring Sumpah Pemuda Courage Pledge as a star point begging anywhere. The overall generation stand as pillar of this nation by declaring one land, one nation, and one language. Young people at the time want to show the unity of one generation in Indonesia. At the time, Indonesia had tried to defend Indonesia from the colonization. Hand by hand they began a new war with its conviction to get freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, today we commemorate Hari Sumpah Pemuda. There is no gun war, but war still exists. This is bigger than the past. Because today we confront a new model of war, a modern war. They are bullying, discrimination, drugs, stupidity, poverty, corruption, free sex, gambling, and bad culture, and so many things happen around us. It can take our friends, our family, our brothers and sisters, and it is very dangerous than nuclear. The fact is, we as young people still enjoy with those problems, and sometimes we return off that problem to our brothers and sisters. Some of us always fight for human rights, but they know nothing about it. The other young people use their knowledge to kill people by bullying, corruption, and so on. I myself from this list and this moment would like to ask all of you who still have little bit feeling, spirit, and love to our country. We have to hand by hand, stand side by side, and say stop to every lazy people, corruptor, gambler, and etc. Ladies and gentlemen, we can reach our bad habit by studying hard if we have a little bit hope and become innovative and creative. I believe that we can do it. One point is if we have a little bit hope, God will never leave us. Let's do it for our family, let's do it for our brothers and sisters, our beloved country, and for the better future. Thank you very much.
Mari kita sambut bersama-sama SMA YPPK Sampai Tamat. Yang lain dulu kan? Tidak ada yang Cantik-cantik ya rumah satu.
Aduh, bahaya.
Oke, langsung saja.
Baik, langsung saja.
Oke, ini dia penampilan dari SMA YPK Santo Thomas dengan kategori putri.
Wah, 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 wah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, greeting for us all Indonesia young men. Before I want to invite you to discuss, I am Rri Wamena Mengadakan. I'm from YPK Santo Thomas. And I'm going to talk about youth plate. The audience and the youth. First of all, let us be grateful for the team to be able to stand here in healthy body and mind in the nice morning. In the nice day. All thanks to the Almighty Allah, Almighty God, and I also like to thank my respectable teacher and my beloved friends here for taking the little time to sit here listening to my short speech. The audience and the youth. Today we celebrate your plate day in which the dead exactly 90 years ago. If we open to the hard time of the struggle in fighting for the independence of this country, Indonesia young men had so many antecedents, and we have the legacy must continue the fight. So, what can we do? The audience and the youth. The first thing, the most important to do is we must the first thing, the most important to do is we must be proud of our country. It is an invaluable inheritance that must be preserved. If we open our mind to look closely, we will find that our culture is more exquisite than others. It's alright to adopt some of the outside culture, but do not forget our head and neck culture. The audience and the youth. Your plate there remind us over and over again to realize that even when they are husbands, even when we have already adopted many outside culture, we have to be proud of our country, the place where we were born. Example, said that one of my friend here want to be a doctor. Someday, she or he will become a doctor. A doctor who is proud of her or his country will do the best on his or her work and will then make the country proud. The audience and the youth. Well, with all that I can deliver in my speech today, be proud and dream high. Thus our little piece of mind on how to continue the legacy of the Indonesian youth who had properly declared and declared for our motherland, one nation and one language. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom. Wah, 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 wah. Berikan tepuk tangan yang meriah.
Undian ke 22
Undian 21 dari SMA Anugerah Gloria Terpadu.
We should present for God, who always lead us and give us healthy body and healthy mind. I am Anjali Itwai from Senior High School Anugerah Gloria Terpadu. Today, I will be able to take back a very historic day for Indonesia. Is Youth Plates Day. With youth, thanks for the youth leader and patriot in 1928 was realized excellent nation. Every year, we celebrate Youth Plates Day, right? So, what we imagine about the struggle of the youth and patriot on the past? Was faith desperately to create this Indonesian country? Discuss about the struggle, I personally interest to invite all of audience to see our condition in Indonesia, especially in our country. Before the COVID virus, economy was greatly declined. So now, people are fighting because this virus and make economic in this world is erratic. However, unfortunately, many people finally die because this virus. With youth, thanks for God and government because they are very wise to handling this problem and make economic in Indonesia getting better. From the condition in this world, I invite all of audience to look back our economy in Jaya. I think we know the answer. Yes, it is true that our economic condition, especially in Jaya, still normal, and I hope always that. So now, how to build and improve our economy in Jaya? I think the first is tourism destination. Include Pasir Putih tourism attraction, Isakusa, Gua Lokale, Danau Habema, and the other tourism attraction that we have in Jaya. And we should develop test tourism attraction. Second is Festival Lomba, when we celebrate on August because many attraction in the festival. So the younger generation not know our tradition and culture in this town. So how to build and improve our economy in Jaya is from ourselves and of course from the government. From the spirit of the Youth Plates Day 94 years ago must continue until now. I believe that youth in Indonesia, especially in Jaya, will always maintain the state and uphold the language of unity is Indonesian language. That's all about my speech today. I hope Youth Plates Day not just only be tradition for Indonesia we celebrate every year, but give us good influence to build our town and build all of youth in this town, Jaya. Thank you and God bless you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom.
Beri tepuk tangan yang meriah.
Berikan tepuk tangan yang meriah.
Kita sambut bersama-sama SMA Lapis Wamena. Hai.
Best wishes for all of us. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom. I respect the judges, the organizer of the competition, and all the happy guests. Which I respect my English teacher, Mr. Fadrin, and my friends that I'm proud of. First of all, let us give thanks to Almighty God for this blessing and mercy so that we can all gather in good health and this activity can take place well. My name is Nataliana Kobak. I'm a student of SMKS Yapi Sidratul Muntaha Business and Management Wamena. SMK hebat! Ladies and gentlemen, this moment is the moment to celebrate the youth paid exactly 94 years ago. The youth of Indonesia promise and declare one motherland, one nation, and one language. We, the sons and daughters of Indonesia, acknowledge one motherland, Indonesia. We, the sons and daughters of Indonesia, acknowledge one nation, the nation of Indonesia. We, the sons and daughters of Indonesia, respect the language of United Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, they celebrate the youth, celebrate to the youth plate it reflects of the young people for Indonesian nation. The youth plate is one of the main milestone in the history of Indonesian independence. Real and concrete action are manifestation of the love for homeland, including love for culture, religion, and ethnic diversity. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look back at difficult times of the struggle for the independence of this country, Indonesia would have so much enthusiasm in fighting for Indonesian independence. There are many things that must be done so our country can grow and prosper. For example, students must study hard to become smart, mature, wise, independent figures in socializing with others so that our country can become prosperous and united. Ladies and gentlemen, the meaning of the youth plate for students is to super tolerance of creating unity. The incident of the youth plate show that the diverse background diverse background is not an obstacle. Indonesian people are not an obstacle as to becoming a unified country. The lasting unity and integrity by respecting one another so that we are free from dispute. Ladies and gentlemen, people also often ask, what is the meaning of the youth plate in modern era today? Currently, the youth plate has positive meanings that can be applied in everyday life, including patriotism, gotong royong, unity, love of peace, and responsibility. This is realized through concrete actions. For example, using Indonesian in socializing, loving local products such as noken, sali, tifa, pikon, koteka, and so on, as well as preserving indigenous Indonesian culture. Especially in Papua, including Bakar Batu, Yospan, Masoranda, and Balim Valley Festival. hands may be driven, but the fighting spirit of youth mass Indonesian youth of mass youth mass of remain on. So that was speech. I must say thank you for your attention. Long live Indonesian youth. SMK hebat.
Terakhir, SMA Negeri 1 Wamena. SMA Negeri 1 orang. Masa cantik-cantik tapi suara lemah sekali. SMA Negeri 1 orang. Oke.
Cuma satu orang saja. Oke, ini dia penampilan dari nomor undian 25 kategori putri untuk SMA Negeri 1 Wamena. Mana suaranya?
Shalom.
Kalau tadi.
I say again, Shalom. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Honorable judges and audience and everybody here, good afternoon. I can hear your voice. Once again, good afternoon. Am I left? Good afternoon. Oh. Am I right? Good afternoon. Okay. Before I start my speech, let me introduce myself. My name is Michelle Tirza Mandatiala. I am a representative from High School 1, Wamena State. I am a class 12, MIPA 3. I'm from South Sulawesi, and I have hobby of singing, of the playing music and photography. That's a short my introduction about me. First of all, I'd like to thank the Almighty God. It is because of Him we are able to do this contest. Secondly, I'd like to thanks to the giving for the judges for giving me the golden opportunity to delivery my speech. And last but not least, to my believer teachers and beloved my friends and to giving me my support. Thank you. We already know that Sumpah Pemuda is the declaration by the youth in Batavia on October 28, 1928. This is because the young people have a realized passion to take pride and the justice for this beloved Indonesian nation. They are willing to sacrifice themselves to the justice and the fight to the fighters and put the fighters in Indonesian state. Ladies and gentlemen, Sumpah Pemuda is the spirit of the declaration by Indonesian youth. But this generation in the era of globalization, especially Gen Z, is more busy with the virtual world, yes, the virtual world or handphone, than the real world. And based on the data from Kemenkominfo, it is said that the user mobile phone in the nation reaches 167 million people. It means 89% of Indonesian population that use mobile phone. And many people while using mobile phone then keep the social interaction in a real life. The progress of the world actually makes today's youth and more individualistic and less social. And there is a thing says, mobile phones bring the far away and keep close away. This has become a new phenomenon where the no integration between fellow youth, both in the same class at school and different classes, has become less, so it no longer to unity, which is the spirit of Sumpah Pemuda, right? As time goes by, Sumpah Pemuda can still bear the uplifted lives to this youth. Therefore, as of the time era, I'd like to invite us not to forget to the history of Sumpah Pemuda whose spirit must be maintained until now. I want Sumpah Pemuda to be an eternal spirit of the Indonesian for youth. Mainly the spirit of cooperation than a different background. And finally, I hope we all learn from it, and if I say something bad of grammar, I'm truly sorry. That is all my speech. And thank you for your attention. Shalom, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. I'm living for it, and good afternoon.
Dari kategori putra untuk nomor undian 13.
Siapa
Kira-kira teman-teman ada yang tahu?
Siapa Ya semua pelajar mana suaranya? Kurang kuat, mana suaranya? Oke, langsung saja.
Kita panggilkan SMA PGRI dengan kategori putra untuk nomor undian 13. Mana suaranya SMA PGRI? Oke, silakan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, namo buddhaya, salam kebajikan, wah wah wah. The Honorable Mr. Tom Herbert Mole, as SOS MSE, as the leader of Rri Wamena, the Honorable all juries. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for chance that given to me. My name is Muhammad Raihan Juan Fahrezi. I am representative from SMA PGRI Wamena. First of all, let us say our praise and grateful to our God due to His grace and blessing upon us, so that on this good time and occasion, we can be gathered in this place in good health. Ladies and gentlemen, 94 years ago, the Indonesian Youth Pledge declared for one motherland, one nation, and one language. If you look back to the hard time of the struggle in fighting for the independence of this country, Indonesia young men had so many enthusiasm to fight for Indonesia independence. They didn't hesitate to do anything in their power for their country. And we as their legacy must continue their fight, because the fight didn't stop when the independence was already in our hands. There are so many things to do for our country, for it to grow and to be prosperous. So, what can we do? Ladies and gentlemen, and all of my friends, if you look at the reality now, thousands of young men have wasted their life because of illicit drugs in our country. They were mostly victims of a cruel environment, a broken home family, of ignorance, of curiosity, or particularly of the illegal drugs mafia. It is estimated that around 1 million people in Indonesia illicit drugs user. A study by the International Labour Organization, or ILO, office in Indonesia showed that around 4% illicit drugs user in the country are children under 17 years old. Chairman of the National Narcotic Coordinating Board said that the country's illicit drugs, including around 10,000 senior high school students and over 7,000 junior high school students and about 800 elementary school students. Drugs users among students are particularly worrying. How about, ladies and gentlemen, how about Jaya Wijaya Residency? Are there young men illicit drugs user? We know that illicit drugs don't just affect your physical body and health. They can affect your mental health, your finances, your relationship, and your social life, and your criminal record. So let's say no to illicit drugs. Ladies and gentlemen, youth is a figure that always brings alteration. We should be able to become a reliable generation and proud of. We should be the agent of the reformer in our environment. Youth is time full of passion. Let us act in a positive direction. We make ourselves into an example of goodness. That is able to transmit the passion to our friends. So, for the last, I want to invite all of Indonesian youth together to build a better Indonesia for the future. Let me show the world if Indonesian youth is better and better again. Be proud and dream high. Those are a little piece of mind on how to continue the legacy of the Indonesian youth who have bravely declared for one motherland, one nation, and one language. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Wah, wah, wah.
Pendukungnya mana sih terlihat? Terakhir kan?
Di belakang.
Oh, di belakang.
Baik. Oke, langsung saja.
Nomor undian dari 07
SMA Negeri 1 Wamena.
Good morning. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Also the judges, the judge that have made their time to make it all the way here. We are standing here on this wonderful day. We can feel the heat of the sun on our skin. We can breathe the fresh air. We can see everything around us. That is because the grace of our wonderful God. So, before I want to start, let's take a moment of silence to thank our graceful God for giving us the chance to stand here on this wonderful day. Oh, and also, I would also like to thank my lovable and respectful teachers for guiding me so that I may stand here today, giving this speech to every one of you. Now, let us begin. We are currently living in a peaceful era, an era where we don't have to fear for war, for death maybe, well, at least most of us. We all know that this was not always like this. There are sacrifices, there are actions, and there are decisions that has to be made so that we may stand here on this peaceful era. Blood was spilled and lives were taken. All for this desire, this state of being that is called independence. And as independence is within our reach, on October 28, 1928, we pledge, we promise, and therefore, Sumpah Pemuda comes into existence. Now, around approximately 93 years ago, the youths all over Indonesia gather as one, and they form as one nationality, one nation, and of course, one language, that is Indonesia. Now, along with era of peace, there's also era of globalization, which we are currently seeing all around us. Information all over the world flows straight into the palm of our hands. Now, of course, we are being exposed to constant other language, other cultures, and maybe other morality that is had by other people. Now, exposed by this, the youth of Indonesia, of course, adopts this culture, this language, this way of acting into their own, changing their language, their way of dressing, and even their morality. Now, according to observation and research conducted by sociologists all around the world, alteration of culture, language, and every other stuff is highly present in the young generations all around the world. Now, this may be great because we can see how everyone in every corner of the world lives, how they act, and even how they speak. But of course, this threatens our own culture because it's slowly replacing it with other culture that not its own. We as Indonesian shall never forget, and we shall once again, reminded by Sumpah Pemuda of who we are, that we need to be proud of our own language, of our own culture, and even our own country. I mean, we fought for this country. We spilled blood, we spilled lives, we spilled everything we have so that we can be here today. Now, of course, there's a way of fixing this situation, and it may seem very simple, but I think it's very effective. We can fix it by simply having hope. By having hope, we can give it all in our step. We can give it all in everything we do. Therefore, making the future better. I mean, our ancestors did it, so why can't we? We may never forget that even in the darkest night will disappear in the dim light. May every action, every thought, every step that we take form a better future, a future that we want. I'm afraid I have no more to say. Thank you for your attention. It means the world for me.
Kita panggil SMK ya Posli Putra. Mana tepuk tangan? Oke, langsung saja. Wah. Thank you for the time that gave to me. Wah. Shalom. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya. Good afternoon, the honorable all beloved audience. First of all, let us express our gratitude to God for His blessing in our lives so that we can gather around in this place to commemorate one of important events in the history of our country, Youth Pageant. Second of all, let's give our biggest appreciation to all people who have divided their time and energy for the past few days in the preparation of this event so that it runs perfectly as we experience today. My name is Nopisop. I am the representative of local youth community. This afternoon, I would like to deliver my speech about the meaning of Youth Pageant for me. Ladies and gentlemen, 28th October has always been an important moment for me and for all young generation in Indonesia. In this day, we are reminded that our predecessors back in the day took part in hastening the independence of our country. We are reminded that with all limitations that a young man such as myself has, youth can also contribute to something great, something important, something meaningful. We are reminded that no matter how green and inexperienced, we are our actions matters. My fellow youngsters, now that we have been reminded about our great potential to do good for ourselves and our country, I think it is time for us to wake up. I know we have been dreaming of betterment in our life. I know that we have been dreaming of a greater nation. We should not let it stay a dream. We should not wait for it to happen. Get up and join me now. Get up and let's build this nation with our hands. You must stand with me because the only way for us to achieve it is if we work together as one, as the young spirit of this beloved country. Ladies and gentlemen, youth is not about age, but youth is about our spirit. The youth spirit is so about passion, a hunger of advancement in life, a dynamic desire of a life-fulfilling experience. A constant willingness to activities. The level of a content in something meaningful for self. So now I ask you to ask yourself now, if one of the things that I just mentioned just now, then you are one of us, then you are youth of Indonesia, and it gives you a duty to stand with me and fight for the glory of this nation, for the glory of Indonesia. Merdeka, merdeka. Wah, 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 wah. Shalom. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om. Thank you. Mari.
Shalom. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, dan salam kebajikan. Good afternoon to all the judges. Good afternoon to everyone. Youth Place Day is the moment where a young man and young woman declare Sumpah Setia as the movement of youth generation at the time on 28 October of 1928. It is an independence movement carried out by Indonesian youth in declaring the promise of one homeland, one nation, and one language. Until now, the pledge in the Youth Pledge Day is expected to continue the spirit of independence. In the Indonesian people, especially the younger generation, therefore in celebrating this Youth Pledge Day, let's develop the spirit of nations unity, nations morality, and along with determinations, human resource, which are disciplined, independent, professional, with the mastery of science skills. This celebration also has it in a strategic, meaning in organization C4, and meaning the quality and showing the identity as a great, qualified and dignified nation. In the other side, Indonesian youths are demanded to be creative and innovative in facilitating the execution of decentralization. Indonesian youths are supposed to be prepared in optimizing the rules of embracing the unity. Development of human resource is a concrete effort to achieve continually national development. Today, we need to be responsible and on duty of developing the region. Start from basic matters as a student taking history seriously. Being the role model of a good student is also can be done by us because not every student showing the best version of themselves to the other. As a student, proving our ability with prestige is really matters. In this case, to convince our friend that we are the best role model. I dream to be a teacher, but I know without learning I will not become the best teacher. I dream of because a teacher has to be a good example for the student or even our own people. I teacher cannot say what he cannot do or telling what he does not know. I really hope in the spirit of Youth Play Day, we realize how important our existence matters for the future. Thank you. Okay, I'm Hinok Mirin. I'm from SMA Kristen. And this costume from Kalimantan, I myself from Papua. It's partly from the nation's unity. Indonesia, shalom.
Mari kita berikan tepuk tangan yang meriah.
Ladies, gentlemen, and good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom for we all. Thank you for time and they give me. First of all, let us be grateful for they came to be helped to stand here in a healthy body and meet indeed. Thanks morning. All thanks to day Almighty. Good day Almighty. I also would like to thanks my respectable Declare and my best friend here for thank their lead time to Z here listening to my short speak. Today we celebrate you playing day in. We are on this day exactly 19 years ago day Indonesian. Youth playing for one motherland, one nation and one land. With this declaration there was also Indonesia Raya Sung Day Indonesian celebrate Friday time. It is a very important moment in Indonesian history. If we look back today, her time of day is strong in fitting for day Indonesia independent so many education too big for Indonesian. Independent day did not student to do anything in their power for their country film because they did not stop win. They independent was already in. When helped their pursue many things today to do for our country for it to grow and to be progress through all. So what can we do? They feel smooth in product. Time to do is dance. We must be proud of our country. We live in the globalization and in where they culture from all what they want. Meeting with our event something. Indonesian out did they as adopted dots culture and left our counter being like they way they out they streets and hustle they way of their they have been to influence with their outfit culture and I am afraid they there will eventually forget their culture. What they were filled in broke to it is time we are proud of own culture in is and evaluate play inheritance then must be present friend. We've been thanks thanks house culture in Mort X coincide that although it is arranged to adopt control of their own shield culture, but do not forget our heart and nerve culture. You're playing daily, blaming us over and over. Again to place that even when they hear us vibrating, even when we have already adopted many our sin counter, we have to be fruit of our country flag where we were for it if we are already proud of out. Okay. Out proud film. Wonder we know how to we in our thinking and content our they are. I say that one of my friends here wants to be a doctor. Semercy or he we became a doctor who is forefront of his country. Will do then bet on his work and will then make the country front it is revelry and Nick Chris is it. Well then all that I can you'll bear in mind. Speak today, be forward and rain high to her has lit break of meat out of you. Country continues their legacy of the Indonesian youth who brokenly declare for one moderate
one moderate nations, and one language. Thanks you for anything. Okay, thank you, my ladies, gentlemen. My name is Henki Kogoya. I come from Lanijaya. I am school SMA Rri Wamena. Thank you.